broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. John, Ralph, Arman. Good morning. Morning, everybody. Audio, video.
Very good.
Morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Simon. Morning, everybody.
Alan, good morning. Michael, good morning. Didn't give me a chance to go back in, but NASDAQ, I mentioned, it's going to 7,400 area and even lower possible. See, news-wise, we still don't have anything today, right? Nothing urgent. YM possibly further down, but attraction is over. I mean, I don't see any further attraction lower, but it's still in a downtrend mode. We will have a chance to see. Let's see the crude. I have to set up my charts and find levels. Yeah, I put 6C sometimes up, but today I am a bit careful. I had an issue with my chart, so I am not putting a lot of things. But USD CAD, I also look at it from the Forex side. You know, it's not easy to look at everything at the same time, especially the instruments that they don't move on a daily basis. Occasionally they would move. Yeah, but not every day. It used to be a long time ago part of my favorite instruments. Let's see the copper. Copper to continue down, as I mentioned yesterday. But I don't have any levels. RTY to continue down. Hopefully we'll have a level for reversal, because what I'm expecting is to, for example, I'm expecting the RTY to come down to this lower level, as you see here, 1703 area, 1702 right here, and then bounce from there. So that's my expectation. Of course, this level here is not a line we will determine later. It could be a full area, so we'll see. It looks slow, lethargic, so we're not getting involved in this at this time. Good morning, Sarwan. Morning, Gary. Again, yes, just like yesterday, started slow. Patience is key. We wait, and if there's nothing to call, you can ask questions as we go. Morning, Lawrence. Who's here for the first time? We had a slow start yesterday too, but again, what do we do? It requires patience, and it's about picking or getting the right opportunity. As we go, please, if you need to ask anything, please let me know. We can answer your questions, especially when it's slow like this. I don't have any idea about the next levels, but I can see that there's a chance for the Nasdaq to come lower to 7,400, maybe even lower. Ideally, I would find a level to call a trade where I have no attraction below. For example, long. If I want to go long, I have no attractions below. Most of the attractions are above. See that? All the attractions are above. Let me see how many I have on the attraction level of 20. Okay. So that's ideal, but I don't have a level here. I don't see a reasonable area where it stopped. So let's wait and see. Same thing with the YM. See, YM, I have most of the attractions higher.
Morning, everybody. Good morning, Gary.
Hey Harish, good morning. So, same thing with the RTY. I'm looking for a move down. Questions, please don't hesitate. Um, let's see. Well, to be honest with you, no, it's really confusing. If you look at the daily on crude, let me show you. Uh, I don't have any levels in particular. Everything is being touched. We have to get out of this area. Now, small frames, maybe small areas for scalping, but I don't like it. I don't like any of it. It's, to me, it's like I have to wait. Maybe I'll find something later. Was I on mute when I explained?
No, you're good.
Good. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Morning, Patrick. Again, folks, sometimes I'm on mute, but if there's nothing really, I'm not willing to do anything. It's just I wait, and it's about trying to catch the best opportunities. Um, Sometimes it tends to be boring, but it's okay. With me, it's okay. Ask questions if you have to. If you're new to us, if you're in a trial, uh, ask questions. We have a lot to cover if you have questions. You know, the Nasdaq is to me, it looks like a very nice move down coming up. I wish I can catch a retracement if it goes up so I can have a short trade call. I see next level 7400 and probably even lower. 7360 is possible. I have this possible and I have this possible. Of course, if I don't have a good entry point, what do I mean by good entry point? There is an expectation that the Nasdaq can come back down, as you see here. Good entry point is the least risk available to you. Yeah, Mark, I don't know. I mentioned on Slack. I don't know if you got it yesterday. In the afternoon, I said bearish is still, but I'm expecting 74. I'm in 7400 area to head. So Nasdaq before midnight. Yeah, let me see. 74.85. Are you talking about this level here? 74.80 level? Yeah, that would have been okay. I would have wanted maybe yes, that would have been, generally speaking, would have been okay. I would have maybe looked for maybe a 7,500, but yes. Good morning, Balraj, Mark. Yes. Not a lot of magenta lines on here visible. Well, there is if you just zoom out. There's a lot of attraction higher. So to me, it's a bit tough. First of all, hold on, somebody's stuck. There's no ID for today. Somebody wants an access to the room. One second. Here's why it's tough, folks, because I know I see the Nasdaq coming lower, but I don't see attractions. I don't have a level of attraction and a retracement to help me out. All the attractions are higher, so I have to be very careful. I'm seeing it coming down, but it might not happen now. It might not happen today. So I really need to see my least amount of risk set up. If I have a rejection trade, counter trend trade, I might find a good entry and call it. But for now, I don't have anything reasonable. You're welcome.
Yeah, even gold came down to your, you see gold came down to your 1194 level. So you
Yeah,
kind of saw yesterday.
exactly. I've been mentioning the gold has a chance to come back lower. Let's see if the gold comes back one step lower. This is when we might have a reversal on gold. We have uh, market opening in a few minutes. But Nasdaq, I'm trying to find something on it. I don't have anything that will encourage me. So we sit back and relax, folks. Nothing at this time.
Sit back if you're in the morning, enjoy your coffee or Java if you like it.
Yep.
Let the markets come to you. Don't chase the markets. It's kind of like when you're single, guys and girls. Let the girls come to you. Lay the bait out there. Know where they're going.
My God, I forgot how it works. It's been, oh my God, many years, man.
I know. You got to have fun, guys, in the room and just enjoy it. And stories to tell or jokes to tell. I know it's hard typing, but
Yeah.
in that era anymore.
Leo, you emailed me about the access. It's the same link every day. It will refresh, so you need to click it. You click the same link to access. Market is about to open now. You're welcome, Leo. Yeah, I will. I'm looking into it. I have to forward it to my guys. You're welcome. We have a link, Sirwan, right on the first page of the website, if you see it, to access. If you look here, where's the link? Hold on. If you go to free trial, scroll down, it gives you the access to Slack. Join Slack here. You should be okay. Market is affecting, or market opening is affecting the Nasdaq and possibly the gold as well. When we get to 73.60, I hope I am in it short if I find a short. But once we get there, it's going to be a level that will be in play, not one price. So we have to watch a full level for reversal, because I'm expecting after that a reversal, expecting. YM, if we can find a short, I am interested to get to this level, 25,670. Uh, RTY, I will have, we have a support around this line here, but it's a minor support. Let's get ready for a quick possible scalp on NASDAQ short, folks. It's too fast. possible. Not yet. Okay, for long-term trading, I think I have an idea, possibilities, tools, rectangle. For long-term trading meaning, maybe leave it for a few days. I'm looking at possibilities here on the gold, this level to hold. So I'll also point it. GC. Okay, 92 to 91 area. So this is the support that I see on GC on gold. Let me double check. The Nasdaq is flying. The market opening at 9:30 affected this. Affected the Nasdaq, and there was some buying, but I'm expecting it to come lower. So let's wait. I have to find a good level on gold. I don't like it here exactly. Maybe a bit lower between, as I said, between these two lines, the blue and the yellow. $7,440 on Nasdaq is a scalp possible short. Um, you have to have a quick ATM strategy to benefit from it. If it stops there, I would click. I would call it short if it stops, and then take a there it goes. Immediately goes down. See, it immediately went down after it touched the four area here. Let's see. Maybe soon. Not yet. Not now. Not. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's breaking. No, leave it. So for me, so far, I'm expecting the gold to hold this area. Possible if I find some kind of a bigger support in the area and find a reversal here on gold. Nasdaq so far the opening affected it badly and it keeps going up. I'm expecting the Nasdaq to come down, but for now it's kept going up. No harm done. We're not calling anything yet. Let's see. Wait and see. You noticed at the opening, before the opening, most of attractions were higher. So attractions higher and the market just went towards them. Wait, we don't have anything yet. Yee, look at that move. I'm looking at a possibility from 7460 area, folks, on NASDAQ short. MQ resistance 7460 area. So we're looking at a level around 7460 on NASDAQ. I don't know if we're getting there. I don't think it's going to get there, but if it gets there, we can find something there. I mean, it's not a trade call yet. It has to prove itself. I might wait for it to touch and come back down and catch it on the way down. But for now, this is the level that I'm thinking. It is going to be with a bigger stop for now. If it goes one notch higher, I think we can do averaging. We could let's see if it goes back up for a first level short. Morning, Ellie. No, it's not giving me the chance. But with bigger stops is more possible. I think it's breaking down. Let's see. I'm not interested in something that has a very big stop. If you're doing options, if you're doing longer term trades, yes, I see it coming down all the way to a new low. For long term traders with bigger accounts, options specifically, if you want, I can see it coming back down today to this level and possibly the lower level too. Did anybody take it before 60? Anybody in? What price? If you're in, I hope you took some profits. I will try and find a good level. This will be with a bigger stop most likely. So looking at add it to stabilize soon for me to call that short. We not yet. Let me see. Okay, let's start now. 60, 65. Between 60 and 65, let's go in. Anytime, anywhere between 60 and 65. 74, 60 to 65. Stop at 70. T1, 20 ticks, not bad. I would say 15 ticks to secure, and then we can move our stops lower, okay? As long as you guarantee first target, you can always move your stop loss to a lower area where you could guarantee the runner, even if it hits you with the stop loss, you would be okay. So if you, let's say, for example, if you got in, anybody got in around 62, 61, you should be out with 15 ticks profit now. That gives you 30 ticks, right? On the first two, 15 on 2, that is 30. Then now move your stop loss to a maybe 25 ticks risk, whatever that is. I cannot control these things because this is your account. This is your uh, reaction to this market, right? So I mentioned here, move your stop to 25 ticks risk on NASDAQ. Who's in and what price?
I'm in 59.25.
60.5. Okay, 61. Yeah, that's the level that I liked more when I called it. Good job, Gabriel. Bill, not bad. Not bad, John. Patrick, not bad. Earl, still not bad. You got your 15 ticks, I'm assuming. Not bad, folks. Not bad. If you got your 15 ticks, you should be okay with the runner. I will not wait. This was the level that I was looking for. If it doesn't hold, that's fine. At least we got something out of it. I was able to see it ahead of time. Let's hope for the best. Lawrence, I don't think I don't know. Let's look at the SPX5. No, it's still on a downtrend, I think. Leo, this is not a counter trend trade. If you're looking at today's move, yes, maybe. To you, it could be a counter trend trade. To me, is look where the market. Look at this. Look how the market is behaving. Is this a downtrend or an uptrend? First of all, Leo saying it's a counter trend trade. To me, it's look. First of all, we anticipated the market to come back down. First thing in the morning, you anticipate, you confirm, and then you execute. I anticipated the market to come to where? Since yesterday afternoon, I anticipated the market to come to 7,400 and possibly 7,360. Correct? Please let me know if you understand that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Second is I want to grab a short towards this. Now, first thing in the morning when this market opened, or before the market opening, I said this is too risky. I can see it coming down, and it did come back down from 7420 to 7400 just before that. Didn't touch it, but I said it's risky because I need a retracement. I said that clearly. I said I need a retracement. I need the last point of defense. I need my smallest possible risk. Smallest possible risk meaning I want to get a trade. I could have called it from here, right? And I waited for it, and I would wait for it to come back down here and here. But imagine if I had called it short here, would have gone 150 ticks against me, which means if I had a stop loss anywhere, I would have been stopped out. So why not wait for a level that is closest to a reversal or at the reversal, where if I get stopped out, so be it. It's going to be a very small stop. Right? So the market did at the open, it went up, buyers came in, but to me, I think it's still a downtrend. And even if it fails to come down lower, if it stops me out, we still got our first target. So you said something, said well managed. Yes, thank you. That's important. It is well managed because we grabbed our first target, and the stop loss is secured. So regardless, this trade would be either a very small profit or a huge profit. You're welcome. I have to emphasize, I don't call out trades unless I anticipate the next target. And then when the market moves, I will anticipate the entry. And if there's no entry, I will let it go. I don't bother. There should be an entry for every trade. An entry has to come with the smallest possible risk. And that's my philosophy. And the indicators that we use will give you that opportunity to find the best opportunity to get into the market. If you get stopped out, you know your stop loss ahead of time. There's no random stop loss here. Very good, Bill. Exactly. This is your last point of defense on it. If anybody's not in yet, I think there's a chance for the trades to come back down with a stop loss around maybe even smaller. But if you're in it, this is your exit. This is your out. Maybe not yet. Didn't touch 70 yet. No. Otherwise, if you have a 25 tick stop loss, you should be out after you took your first target. But regardless, this is the last point of defense, and I believe it's coming back down with a very small stop when it went higher. 70 missed it by maybe a few ticks. Actually, it missed 70 by 2 ticks. So if your stop loss is at 70, you're still safe, and if you add it to it, good for you. See, this is 70. It missed it by 1 tick or 2 ticks. Nothing is random, folks. Everything is decided ahead of time. Sometimes your entry would be within a few ticks, sometimes would be within a couple of points. I like to keep it. I like to keep the risk the smallest possible to me. Anybody re-entered? Anybody added to it? If you added to it, you still need to take more profits if you have more than a contract left. I like you to play this safely, please. that was an example of a trade that didn't hold yet. It gave you first target, and if you managed it correctly, you should be out with a few ticks overall. Eventually, this NASDAQ, if you follow the rules, 25 ticks, you're good of the stop loss. But let's see, I'm still interested in seeing a reversal on the market, maybe around 10:30 a.m., which means another 20 minutes from now. But also YM looks like it's hitting a resistance. Gold did not come back any lower to benefit from the long. I was really hoping for it to come back to the bottom of the box. We have YM resistance ahead, 25,900 area. YM is I would like also to find a short on YM. The only issue I have at this time with YM is my stop loss is not very small. It's above 25,900. I would say 25,910. But let's see. For now, I don't have anything. This is what I'm looking at, folks. This level. Yeah, the YM has to start with the scalp, folks, and the stop loss. Let's wait. It has to start with the scalp, meaning maybe we can go for 7 ticks first target if I call the YM, and possibly I will just call it in the room because it will be not easy to type it as well. So if you get 25,900 short on YM or any price here, short, please. Get your 7 ticks and have a stop loss at 25,920 for now, 20 for now until you get your first target. 20 is your stop, okay? And you get your first target, move your stop loss a bit lower. Let's see. Um, 92 is a good 92 is a good first target. If it doesn't go, folks, I'll just call an exit. Just be aware. Okay? 92, even 90 is good for first target. Okay? This area. really sometimes the market is more difficult than other times. Therefore, patience is required. And as soon as we get our first target, which is right now, if anybody got 7 ticks, move your stop loss now to 10. Stop loss to 10, please. Okay. So your profit is more than your stop. How are we doing, folks? This took longer to give us first target, but folks, the market is the market. I mean, it's not up to me, it's not up to you. As long as you make sure that you are choosing the least risk possible with a reasonable stop. We call them smart stops. Smart stop is something that you will learn how to choose um, with your profile, volume profile education. It's very important to learn it. You know where your stop loss should be, and you can see that ahead of time once you learn this. Any questions? No, not anymore. Not anymore. The Nasdaq also, to me, looks like it's going to come back down, but that was one of the areas that I looked at, which gave us a very nice move lower. I was looking for 15 ticks. We got over 20 ticks, right? Initially, around 60 to 65. The initial entry was here, came down, went up again to 65, and then came back down again. So at this time, no, I don't have safety in this. Leo, every morning we do top-down analysis with students. I bring up the big charts, such as these, for example, and I will put up, kind of an educational top-down analysis as well. I'll put up the lines, and then I'll look at the daily, hourly, and then I will bring the charts back, and then we look for these levels to hit, and we find entries. So eventually this was stopped out, but again, management is key, as you pointed to, Leo, right? Still a few ticks in profit, right? Just a few ticks in stop out. So just a few ticks in profit overall on this YM trade. If you follow the, I'm still expecting it to really come back down, the YM. Let me double check if there's another entry, a re-entry on YM. Yeah. YM, moving the stop maybe was important due to the move, but there might be another entry short. I'm really seeing the NASDAQ, the YM to come down from here. Otherwise, even now, the stop loss is still around 20. But let's see how it's going to behave. If I don't catch the very top, at least we could do something later when it moves down. But I'm seeing this area to be the final point of defense here. I have Armin 15 minutes. I have 30 minutes, which should give you the same levels. But you see multiple touches in this area. I don't like any of it. On NASDAQ on YM, we have a chance to go in again if we get a good entry for a short. Anybody holding the YM? Yeah, too bad. You are, Harish? Good. Good morning, Emmanuel. Yeah, folks, I had to call the stop loss to move from 20 to 10 after we got the first target. Overall, still, yes, a few ticks in profit if you followed the instructions on 3 contracts, but I was hoping for it to give us massive amount of move. Even the Nasdaq, I'm expecting a new low, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna go chasing the market. I will take a short break if you folks don't mind, please.
A well-deserved break.
Thank you, sir. Just this up here. I'll be back. I'm back. Um, Russell touched the lower level, and there's another level to go to still, I believe. Here we have some support in this level on Russell, but I think we are getting down to this level as well. So for now, the word I think, I hope, don't work. We have to have some kind of assurances, just such as the trade calls that I did today. Although they did not continue in our favor, but at least we got some ticks out of it overall. T2 is a new low. You still in it, Patrick? It barely took the stop, huh? The new stop. Very good, Patrick. Yeah, it's coming down hard. Oh, re-entry, yes. Well, folks, I don't re-enter, or at least I don't call re-entries. I don't call chasing, because that's something that you have to do on your own. I don't like you to learn bad habits, but if you're educated enough, you know your stuff, yes, you can do it. Such as Patrick, he did it on his own. I believe he saw whatever he needed to see. This trade was a poke in, poke out style, which is one of my favorites. The only issue with this trade was it took its sweet time. It took so long. If we had kept the original stop loss at 20, we would have been okay now. No issues.
Wish and hope are not part of the vocabulary or trade.
No. No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I hope everybody appreciates Simon's compassion, and a lot of the members in the room appreciate it. I do. Years of seeing Simon trade.
Any questions, please? Ralph, yeah, I see the Nasdaq to come lower, but there's a chance for no, there's a chance for a quick scalp, but I don't like it. Well, you know what I see is a continuation. We are in the continuation zone, Ralph, for a short. Um, Unfortunately, it tricked me in terms of the stop loss. I was hoping for it to stabilize again. No harm done. I mean, this still was a small profit on the trade, as you know, but I was hoping for it to stabilize and gives me a nice move down. I was hoping to be in it, to stay in it, but again, I'm not gonna move my stop or call, moving the stop, or it's too risky. Bad habits. But yeah, I see it coming back down. Whether it's going to be easy or hard, I don't know. Sometimes you cannot predict the market's moves or the speed of the market unless after it happens. That is so funny. Yeah, that's so funny. But if you have a 70% or 80% no, if you know 70 or 80% before it happens, that's a big percentage. And I think with the volume profile, you notice since yesterday, folks, for those who are with us in as a trial members, yesterday I called 2 trades, um, but that was not the main highlight. The main highlight was I anticipated the market to break down initially and then um, move. In some other cases differently. I anticipated every single move, and I was able to anticipate the tops and the bottoms. Same thing with this. I wasn't able to anticipate the top of the Nasdaq and the YM both at the same time. I was anticipating the bottom of the gold. Unfortunately, it did not come to the lower area that I was looking for, but the gold, as you see on the left-hand side, that was the area that I was looking to look into. The crude, yes, I could not anticipate the crude. It's still hovering within the zone. Yes, nice move on crude, but it's within the zone. Um, any questions? It tends, I mean, it's too I mean, sorry, I tried to make the environment more relaxing. You don't see me talk too much. You don't see me, unless maybe if you ask questions. But overall, folks, it should be relaxing. You should wait for the levels to hit, and you should be able to anticipate these levels ahead of time. This is with futures trading because it's it's not as it's fast, it's quick, it involves a lot of money, etc. Um, however, I also suggested to take these trades on options for any options traders, right? Did
Yes,
anybody?
yes.
Yes, did anybody do that? Short-term options. We have students who would do options on these short-term options. They like those. They don't care about the stop 1 or 2 ticks. They don't care about that. Yet they, we know the market is going to reverse in a certain level. I try and catch the exact entry, and I try and give you the exact entry as a signal and exact stops. But sometimes it's not as easy, so you have to maybe do options, etc. So if you're doing options, I think you're going to be seeing the move down. If not, you can still take profits on options, right? Any questions? Yes, there's no sense of trying and catch every move and try and catch every retracement because often you would pay the price. The idea, folks, of this room is you see this, you learn, you need to learn this. And I'm trying to show you that unless you learn the market's directions, the moves, with the dynamic indicators, whatever makes sense, you will still be gambling. You need to know exactly the market's direction, what is the attraction, where the market is going. And when you don't know, it means the market is vague. You don't know. Leave it alone. But sometimes you would know because of, you anticipate a certain level to hit and it retraces or bound, reverses from there. It's all based on volume, whether using volume profile combined with DRL indicator. DRL indicator is another indicator that we have. As you see these levels, the lines on the side, as you see here, also here, see these, very important. Um, we'll talk about it maybe later, but today also I want to talk to you about our um, power lines indicator. If you look at the power lines indicator, you'll see those lines on the chart as you see here, power lines. You can customize those and you can use it. You can customize those lines. One of the examples I see here, I see a breakdown or a breakup, either here, you see this is a power line indicator, and you see a line going this way and two lines going that way. When there's an intersection of power lines, you expect a big move, consolidation, and then a big move. To me, it looks like it's going to come back down to a new low again, and I acted upon that. But but if it, and we made first target, and we got stopped out, but it overall was a profitable trade. However, if power lines are a combination of fractals, as you see these dotted lines, right, and the tape, end of buying, end of selling on the tape. The tape is the bid and ask ladder, and when you have descending contract, you have lack of buyers on the top, it'll give you a dot if it combined with a fractal. Okay, and when you combine these lines, will give you beautiful areas of support and resistance, and you can change them. You can customize this. If you go to studies, power lines, you can change it. You see, after 20 ticks, if a power line is breached by more than 20 ticks, it disappears. You can change that. Okay, you can do 100 ticks. So if you do apply, you should see more power lines. Okay, back 200 periods, I would say 2000. See, we see more power lines now at the bottom here. They appeared. So power lines, they will provide true support and resistance based on this indicator, and it works nicely actually. Some students use it as support and resistance combined with the volume profile. Okay. Any questions about the power line indicator? It's similar to trend lines, but much better. We don't use trend lines. We use power lines. If we break 20 decisively, the market should go bullish. This is your 20, so I would say 20 here. If we break it decisively, this was the stop loss that I chose initially, right? So it was going to be, this is a do or die level. If we break it decisively, so we can have a move like that, okay? We have to break it decisively. This is 20, yes, here, right here. If we don't have anything today, now this morning, maybe this afternoon, market decided to continue up. Let me look at the daily. Wow. We have resistance on YM here. 25940 area. I don't think it's safe yet, but that's a resistance that I have. It's a shame. I really see the market on the on the RTY, sorry, on the YM, I'm sorry, to have a very strong resistance here. It's a shame. I don't see any stop loss associated with it at this time, so I'll leave it alone. Any questions? Um, I was looking for a scalp in the area here for a short. There is a chance for the market to start moving maybe towards the down, towards the new low this afternoon. Um, to me, this is still a retracement, and the market's still coming down. However, there is a cutoff point where I would say, okay, now it's an uptrend, but it's just above these highs now on the Nasdaq YM and RTY. The crude, I didn't think about anything to do with it as a short because I still see attractions higher. Uh, I didn't interfere with it.
How's the weather today, Simon?
Well, it was chilly in the morning, but now it's going a bit better. I think it's going to reach high 23 Celsius. What is that, 70?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Simon loves winter.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. It's going to be, this week was going to be warmer. It's going to be between 70 and 75 till the end of the week. So too bad it's going to be warm. I don't like it. Gary, you still remember that, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm forced to do some extra gardening this year and last year too. Today's market has been horrible. However, again, we have to be patient, and if you don't get a good chance, don't take a bad chance. You know, really. You notice the trade calls that I made from the reversal levels. Yeah, I would. It bounced from both, but then eventually I'm assuming if anybody took these trades, they took profits, followed the call. But yeah, there's always certain levels. Here's what happens. Let me explain. With volume profile trading, let's say I was expecting, this is the Nasdaq coming down, and this morning I said we have this level to hit, 7,400 and lower. There was another lower level too. It came close to it. At the open, it bounced. Went up. This level is still yet to hit. It went up. I found a top in this area, Nasdaq, or even YM, same thing. And this area was like this. This is the rejection level. So I was expecting this to hold as a last point of defense. It held, as you know, first target, right? Between 60 and then this was 65. And then there was this 65. And there was another level on top between 60 and 65. So this whole area was between, this level here was between 60 and 65. And you saw it touch 60, came down for the first target, went up, touch 65, came down and gave us more, and then went back up eventually. Now we are sitting at another level from a bigger, now we're sitting here. And this also a rejection on NASDAQ. So now I'm trying to find some stability here. Hopefully I'll find, because this level yet to come, this 7,400. And by the way, if it continues without coming to this, if it continues above this upper line, there's nothing really I can do about it. I would assume it's going to be going long. But this is the real last point of defense where we are now on Nasdaq and in the YM. But if I don't see stability, I am not rushing into anything. If I don't see my stops, no. The RTY is not giving me any assurances as well. So leave it. Like I'm not married to this trade. I'm not, yes, that's exactly why a lot of people get trapped because you don't know your cutoff or stop loss. You don't know. You would think it's going to come back down. You don't know. Here. People will take, let's say, this is a level that you want to get to. And the market already has come back down close to it. You will take a short. You're thinking it's close by, it's gonna reach it. But to your surprise, it's continuing up. And you say, no, it's gonna come back down, you add to it. It's gonna come back down, you add to it. You don't know the volume area is all the way up here. If you know volume, you would rather get out of this trade even with 10 ticks or 20 ticks stop loss. You don't want to get 200 ticks and liquidate your account, because if you know this volume profile area, you know it's going to continue up all the way to the top of this volume area. Remember, although I said this morning, I was clear, I said I want to see Nasdaq to come to 7,400, and the Nasdaq was here in the morning, but the rejection here told me to wait. Imagine if I had taken it here. Look at the stop loss. Look at the trap, and that's your question. A lot of people get trapped in the trade. They don't know the zones. They don't know if it's gonna go much more against them, or they have no idea. They just put random stops, or sometimes they just add to it. They don't want to get stopped out. It doesn't work like that.
That's the difference between being a good trader with patience and being a gambler. Correct,
Exactly.
Simon?
Exactly. Yes. Take care, Bill. Thank you. Enjoy your day. Hey, let's see. Let me see now. I don't. The stop loss is vague though. Yeah, the stop loss is vague. Let's. I don't like this. Let me look for 120-minute chart. No, the stop loss is vague. I don't like it. To to scalp, there's 85, 84 area, 84 to scalp. But again, even then, you have to depend on um, your stop loss after you take your first target. So 84, for example, I see a scalp, right? But scalp for what, 7 ticks first target maybe. However, I don't like um, the area because the stop loss is vague again. So I have to depend on a bigger stop. And then after I take my 7 ticks on 2, that is 14 ticks. They can move a stop loss to 10 ticks risk, which actually I think it bounced down right now. See? Right here. So these scalps, yes, they are valid if you have a scalping ATM strategy and if you're ready for them in and out quick, right? And sometimes they would hold for a big move. But the short is valid, but I don't know the exact level yet. It has to go a bit higher because I know my stop loss. I know the stop loss is around uh, um, 90, 74, 90 area, that's a big stop. So until then, until we get to almost to 90, I would leave it alone. Okay, we do have some videos about our uh, methodology. Um, I sent you guys, I sent you folks a link for our educational tab. Maybe here too, I can send it. We do have some nice videos about the method. If you have time, go over them. The main video is the I want you to watch is this one, Adult ADD and How It Manifests Itself in Trading or in Traders. It is very important, very crucial. Please make time and view it. There's this one by Dr. Kenneth Reed. And also we have another one here by Dr. Kenneth Reed. Okay. DRL indicator information here. We have power line, our method. Um, this is a very old video, but you see how we used to use um, the tape as well. We simplified everything now. You see the move up, Mark? on NASDAQ. That's why I was reluctant. Now the NASDAQ is going up fast. This is another level that I like to scalp short to start with. Maybe around here or maybe around just below 90, just to scalp it and have a stop loss around 92. But again, it has to come to my level. If I miss it, then I would miss it. If you're thinking about a swing trade, you can. Oh, coming down fast. I don't want to miss this. If this is the top, probably it's going to give me a chance to go in. Well, I see tops on both YM and Nasdaq around here. Tools rectangle here on YM on Nasdaq, and on YM is around here. I see these tops. If I see more safety in both, I would call them. Starting with the Nasdaq, I believe we have to give it a chance. Let's see what this is here, this area. Yeah, it's the upper. Here's what I see on Nasdaq actually. This is the level that I see on Nasdaq, this whole area. If I go arrow, this whole box. So again, we'll have to deal with a bigger stop than normal. So I will leave it for now, see what's going to happen. The market is tough, but you don't see me bothering myself a lot. I'm just giving you some heads up, some notes. And I really believe if I miss a trade, if I miss calling it, that's fine. I don't like to, call the wrong trades. I would rather miss it if I doubt it. Any questions, folks? 7,500 area looks better now for an entry. Let me see. Give me a few seconds. Okay. This might be a swing trade if I can catch it. For now, I don't have an entry. Just touched 70, just below 75 and came down. But let's see if we have a good entry later. Give it a few more seconds, see how it's going to behave. We also have a power line in the area. So I would say 7501, 7500, 7502. Let me see if we're touching the other power line on the long term. Give it one more push higher, and that might be our entry. No, let's go short. Let's go short 7500 area. Take first target. Take first target 15 ticks. Move stop to we're good. I'll tell you what happened here. Folks, this swing trade that I called, it started with a scalp, and I hope you guys got your 15 ticks, which was not very, very hard. It was easy. But look at the power line. You remember we talked about power lines earlier in our session? Look at this power line. The power line hit, and I said, let me look at my power line long term. And this is your 2-hour power line. It is long term. So we have power line. We have a rejection zone that the market's confused about, and we have a power line. Not only that, we also got, at that time, we had a magenta line. So now we got 15 ticks, and your stop loss is 3 points. It's 12 ticks. 15 ticks on 2, that is 30 ticks. Your stop loss is 3 points, right? You got at 7,500. It was not it was not hard to click and get it, because I was saying let's see what we can do. So even if I get stopped out on this trade, if the runner gets stopped out like the other two, it's still going to be a profitable overall trade. So this is our third trade that gave us first target, but it did not continue in our favor. Okay, we still have a chance for this, but the market is very hesitant, and they don't like to keep trying. Okay, questions? Any feedback, Daryl? Yeah, the market is now getting even stronger. That's why you don't see me bothering with it. I'm not, even with the strong market, folks, I did not get a true retracement for me to call out a long. Maybe I missed one long at 74.70 earlier, but I was not expecting it really to go this fast. Everything is going up. Folks, thank you for your time. Any final questions before we leave? I will watch the market this afternoon. It's not becoming any easier today. So again, I tried to catch. Where's CL going? I don't know. I'm not. Oh, we have a level coming up, as you see, 69.40 area. But we might see, yeah, 69 here. I would see some kind of a resistance, 69.40 to 69.60. Okay, here. The three trades that I called, two on NASDAQ, one on YM, all of them gave us just first target, really, just first target. And if you managed it correctly, you should be in a slight positive for the day. And the market was not as easy as yesterday, or actually it was not. I didn't expect it to go this high, but regardless, no harm done. We did not have any impulsive trading or trade calls. Any final questions, please? Thanks, Alan, Armin, Leo, Mark, Bob, Gary, Bill. Daryl, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. I'll see you folks tomorrow. Bye, Gary, Michael.
Thanks, Gary.
Leo.
Bye, Mike.
You,
Armin.
Patrick, bye.